Hello. I am biking to Christianberg or something or other, and it's really windy today again. Also coming from the southwest. I'm heading mostly south today, so I'm gonna get the brunt of it. It looks like well, it's been windy, yeah. I'm gonna get some lunch. I just had some breakfast, but I kind of need some real food. I didn't have anything for dinner last night, really. I had just some cheese and some wine, which was good enough, but probably want to eat something a little bit more substantial. And I just had like a pastry and a coffee. I'm gonna head towards Deutschland. I don't know what the town's called. I think it's called like Flensburg or something. Flensburg. I don't think I'll make it there today because it's a little bit far, frankly. A little far for me. It'd probably be like, Google said it was like 82 kilometers, so that means on these trails it's a little bit longer because I'm not taking like the fucking highway there. So probably won't make it there, but if I can get close and camp somewhere. Now I technically have to like actually get a campsite, you know, go to a campsite, because you can't just camp anywhere here like in Sweden. So I'm going to Germany. I'm going to go to Lübeck and then Hamburg and then probably Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Yeah, the plan is to go straight to Germany. No more mucking about here in Denmark. I like Denmark. People are really nice and, you know, very attractive people. Very attractive people. Maybe the most overall. You know, I would say actually pretty close to Norway and Sweden. Swedish people look a little different actually. I would say they all look a little different. Here, maybe slight, I mean, I don't know. It's close. I'm not gonna make a judgment on who are the most attractive people out of the three, because they're all, it's close enough, and it's probably just a little bit of taste. I would maybe say Denmark, but that's maybe my personal taste. I mean, the Norwegians are very attractive too. Both men and women. I'm not just saying, oh, I think the women are very attractive. And no, I would say objectively the men are just as attractive, if not more, than the women. No homo. But comparing these three countries by attractiveness, I'll just end up pissing people off. But I'd say they're so close, you can't really, it's really just up to, you know, subjective ideas. I mean, I would say some countries are actually objective though. This is not like, oh, everyone's beautiful in their own way. Some people are ugly, okay? And you do find ugly people in every country. But some countries just not so attractive. I mean, the US has parts that have very attractive people and parts that people are frankly not so attractive. So it depends on that as well. There's a lot of things going on. You know, you can to some extent judge a book by its cover. Not totally, you can't fully judge it, but at least a little bit you can. You can definitely tell something about people by how they look. And so alcohol, like beer, is actually cheaper here than Sweden, maybe by a little bit. But everything else, food, products, hotels, all more expensive here in Denmark than in Sweden. I used to speak German okay, but it's been years. It's been years. So will I be able to speak it? I don't know. We'll find out. If I have to have a survival situation today, if this wind gets so bad that I have to hide in the woods for overnight, then that might just have to happen. There's not much I can do about that. We're in Christianfeld. And that should take me in the direction I'm going. Technically, I could follow this road right here. Actually, though, it doesn't look like it has a bike path anymore, so this is good. Just had like a little light lunch. The food here is all right. They have really good ingredients, and I'm surprised that you don't find more hearty dishes. Like, it's all this smørrebrød. It just means butter bread, but it's not just. I mean, it's buttered rye bread with whatever toppings on it you want. So like, there's, you know, you can put fish on it, you can put pork on it, put pate on it, whatever, vegetables, whatever. So I got a pork one today. It was fine, but it's kind of just like a salad on a piece of bread, basically. It's not that, or like a, yeah, it's like, I mean, they'd say open face sandwich, right? It's just like a sandwich. Not super hearty, but I guess it's good lunch. Better get going before someone attacks me. All right, down this hill. But yeah, the food, see, the smørrebrød is, look, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good light meal, but it's kind of just a snack in my opinion. I mean, it's like a sandwich, but kind of less going on. It's always cold as well. It's a cold sandwich. It's not like hot toppings. So, but most of the time you get these cold sandwiches for lunch. That's all they really serve. I mean, I think they serve other things, but maybe like one other thing. I was hoping to get, like, you know, if there's like some like pork stew or something, like braised pork with some local herbs or something. I don't know, you know, that type of thing. Maybe mushrooms, like pork and mushroom, or like pork belly with mushrooms stew or something. I feel like that's, you know, I would expect stuff like that. People always make fun of Northern European food and say it's boring, and in some cases it kind of is, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's not like, oh well, this way I guess. I don't think it necessarily has to be that way. It's just how they do it. They're maybe a little late. I don't know if they're not lazy people, but they're maybe lazy when they cook. I don't know. Because when you go to France or Italy, they make, you know, all sorts of different dishes, you know, in different ways. You know, they can use the same ingredients to make 10 different things. And here it's like, well, just put it on bread. I would like a little bit more creativity in the kitchen. This is a nice little thatched barn. You know, it smells really nice. So like, even though you'd think the thatch should kind of smell like, you know, manure or something, but it doesn't. It actually smells really nice. I still keep putting it into the wrong gear. I don't know why. It's like, for me, it's counterintuitive the direction you spin it to go into the high gear or the low gear. And I always just naturally, oh God. I don't even know if you can hear a word I'm saying with this wind, to be honest. Like, it could just be like the whole time. So I'm gonna switch it off for now, but I kind of like this little path. As long as I don't run into too many muddy areas, it'll be good. Got a sports bike here, but off-road, not necessarily the easiest. You'd think, you know, in the back, you put more weight on the back tire, so maybe you can get a little more torque. You know, it's heavy down there. That's where it's a rear wheel drive, so heavy on the back wheel. It's a little harder to cycle, but the benefit is you don't have tire slippage. This is a little bit better, protected from the wind a bit. And pop it up, third, fourth gear, who knows, fifth gear. Let's do it. There we go. Now we got some speed going. I'm getting blown right now, and if I'm not careful, I'm gonna get my back blown out. This nice church here. I'm gonna stop actually, take a breather by this church, because I went up a hill, I guess. It wasn't that bad, but I'm a little tired, and this wind is really so just the whole body is aching. So I'm going to take a little water break and admire this beautiful church, actually. Moltrup. I feel like I've been in a town called something like Moltrup in Sweden, but I don't know. I really want to open up a tavern. I think it'd be nice, although I don't know how much money you make. It depends. Maybe in a city or something. God, these turns, I'm always worried someone's gonna come around. I'm going so fast I can't stop. See, I'm gonna have to slow myself down. That's the problem with these hills. Is that I can't really gain enough speed on the downhill to go up the hills because I have to slow myself so I don't, you know, kill myself. Nice little establishment, nice estate here. Oh, eggs. I would love to buy some eggs. I just don't have anything to do with them, unfortunately. Another church. I actually saw there's a spot back there that said you could camp. See, right here. I don't even know what that is. Camino Hardesleb. So there are some like camping spots, but I'm wondering if there are more along this route. This is a really nice trail right here through these cornfields. I mean, look at this corn though. It's not very mature. Ah! I think I hit some nettles. Stinging me. Being stung. Being stung by a nettle. This is a nice town here. Everyone's selling stuff outside their house, like garage sales. I guess it's Saturday. A lot of thatched roof. Like that. Some of the houses look like little hobbit houses. These are very low thatched roofs. But you can see up here, people sell stuff on Saturdays, I guess. You know, oh my gosh, it's gonna blow me off the bike. I'm going up this kind of gentle hill, and my quads, especially my left quad, is like tinging a little in pain. But you know, they should call this a quad bike. I don't know why people why there's no invention of a bike seat that doesn't make you feel like you just got your ass beat. The sea, beautiful sea here. I hang out here for a little bit. You can see that nice island there. There's a lot of islands here. This bike is nice, but I can't help but feel like it's a little bit slow for some reason. I don't know if there's anything to that, or I mean, it's probably just me, to be honest. I'm not really a cyclist. Feels like fall is coming. There's the sea, there's the island. I was way down there. I had to climb some big hills. I was looking at where I could potentially stop for camping tonight, and there are some good options, but the best option is really far away in Germany. There's a really close one that's pretty good. I think I'll skip that because I want to go longer. And then there's a far one that's still in Denmark, but like right on the border, which is a decent option. It would be kind of hard to get to, but possible. But that one's, it seems to me that's really expensive for some reason. Like it's like $28 US to camp there, which is crazy. I love how the German one, like on their website, just has the price list right away for each individual item. And it's like, okay, you have a small tent, less than 4 people, it's this much, and then this much per person, and then this much for a child, this much for a dog, this much for electricity, this much for water. You know, everything is like metered out. That's the beauty of Germany, I guess. And this is the beauty of Denmark. You can just get absolutely speedy. Look at that, we're just flying along. Flying. This is some good speed. Will it be enough to get up this hill? I don't know. With the weight on this bike, the pack and me, it actually doesn't climb hills very well, if you haven't noticed. It's I can get tons of speed, and then it's like get to a little hill, it's like not enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get up this hill. I have to keep pedaling. Probably have to downshift a couple times just for this little hill after that big long one right there. It's almost 4 now p.m. and I would like to find a spot within like 2 hours, which is not that German one. German one's probably 4 hours away. So that's kind of how far I went yesterday. So maybe I'll get a second wind again and I'll be able to get there. It's like a plantation there. Look at that nice thatched housing. What is this? It's like a concert here. Sonderwala. There's camping everywhere, so like I don't mind paying like 10 euros, but if it's like 30 euros for just a night in a tent, that's a little excessive. Pizza Planet. It's kind of stuff we see here. This church is interesting. It's like a couple different ages at once. More pizza. Pizza man. There's some nice thatched roofs. I'm feeling powerful right now, just a little bit. Hopefully this feeling lasts and I can get to Germany. Guys, I'm in this little half woods, really close to this town, has some restaurants. And I was thinking, I just stopped at this bench here after coming up this little hill. And I thought, okay, I'll look for a restaurant now so I'm not like wandering around town. I'll just go to one for dinner. It's like 5. Then I realized Germany's not that far away, and a lot of the restaurants here didn't look that good for some reason. And then I just happened to look at some of the restaurants in Flensburg, and they look so good. They're like exactly the type of food that I'm craving right now. It's like, you know, all sorts of fried potatoes with like giant like roast pork legs and soup, like whatever soup you want. Start with goulash. I was thinking of that earlier, with like beef and everything. And yeah, that's like, it says 2 hours. Now, will it take me 2 hours? Probably not. But if I can get there in 3 hours, which I think is possible, then that'll be like 8, a little after 8, which is fine. The sun doesn't set till 9. So if I get there at 8, then I can have some dinner. And then the campsite there is pretty close. Now, if I did have dinner there, it'd probably be dark by the time I got to the campsite, which wouldn't be ideal, but I think would be possible at least. But I'll get down towards there and I'll reassess and see kind of how far, because I mean, if it's like a 20-minute ride through and there's street lamps and stuff, that's fine. But if it's like an hour, you know, and it's dark, probably not. So I'll reassess, but I'm gonna get down as close as possible. And I might stop in the store in town and get a protein shake. I'm having this beer now, and I might have beer and protein shakes and then get there and chow down, because yeah, I don't really feel like stopping this town for dinner. The places don't look that good. It's only 5, so I'm not like super hungry, and this town's probably 10 minutes away. So I'm gonna chug this beer and it'll give me energy to keep going, because I want to get to Germany today. That would be really nice, and I would love to have some nice German food. So after, I mean, look, I don't know why the Danish, like, their restaurants, I looked at one, it looked super good. It had this, like, it looks like the German dish Grostel. It was like fried potatoes and like meat, like pork and like eggs. It looked super good. And it's like, we serve this meal on Thursdays only. It's like, what? Why Thursdays? Like, is there no, it's like ridiculous. It's like, what do you serve today? It didn't say. Nowhere like advertised. Then you go to the German place, it's like, here's our menu. It's like 30 items, which I don't like places that have that many items, but it's like, just here you go, menu, prices, everything. And here it's like you have to like beat around the bush to figure out what they serve or if they're serving anything. Half the places that say they're restaurants on Google are not actually restaurants. They're like banquet halls, and they're like, we don't actually serve food. Or the hotel I was at had a kitchen, had a huge fucking kitchen. I could see people in there working, and I went up and I was like, oh, do you serve food here? Because there's like nobody there. And they're like, no, we don't serve food here. It's like, I can see you have a fucking kitchen back there. What is this for if you don't serve food? So nothing makes sense food-wise here in Denmark, unfortunately. I mean, I'm sure there's good food somewhere. I don't want to trash it, but I just can't figure it. I can't understand the Danish customs and culture around food. It's like really hard to find a place to eat, and half the day they're not serving food, and it's only like a couple items that are like cold most of the day, and maybe for dinner they serve like a hot meal. I don't know. And even then it's like, it's, you know, most of the things I see are like cheeseburger. It's like, okay, do you have any local food? No. Okay, fuck this. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go to Germany and get some good food. And it's Saturday night, so might have a glass of wine as well. We'll see if I can make it there. Hopefully I can go quick. Hopefully this beer gives me some energy and I get a protein shake, which keeps me going until we get there. But yeah, I'm guessing it's 3 hours, which is not good. Right now I feel okay, but I mean, that's like, it's a long ways, I'll be honest. So if I don't make it, there is another campsite. There's a bunch of campsites, I keep seeing them, so I think I'll be fine. But I'm gonna shoot for Germany. You can see I'm on like a mountain biking trail. Some dude just passed me on a fucking Vespa. Like, not like an electric thing. It was like a fucking gasoline powered Vespa. He's like, he's fucking zooming along. Like, it was like an old man too. Gosh, you know, there's something I gotta admit, and you know, it's a temporary thing, right? But alcohol, just a little. I just had, you know, one beer. I'm not drinking and driving. You know, one beer's, you can still focus and your reaction time's still good. I'm not gonna have 10 beers and then try to cycle, but you know, a beer, even 1, 2 beers, glass of wine too, yeah, it actually helps. It gives you stamina. It gives you stamina, at least for, I don't know, half hour, an hour, which is really great when you're cycling. Like, I'm in 6th gear right now. I'm ripping these hills. I'm I'm motivated to get to Germany. So no more lollygagging. No more lollygagging. And the cool thing is, if you can time it right, like, feeling really good right now, just one beer. By the time I get to town, I might get another one, not drink it right away, but save it. Then go on, you know, another 5-10 kilometers, and then I can rip that beer and get this thing back into gear. I'm gonna rip a beer and get it into gear. This is a kind of a cool trail right here. It's like carved into the woods. But you know, you get a little energy boost from alcohol, so it's actually helpful. Well, cycling, that's why they have the Radlers, the cycling drinks, which is like half beer. It's a German thing. You can buy them other places too, but it's a German thing, and an Austrian thing. I mean, there's like the Stiegel Radlers. You can get those in the US. So I mean, I think it's like Southern German and Austrian more than Northern Germany, but we'll find out because we're about to go into Northern Germany in a few hours. few hours time, and it'll go by like that for you because you don't have to watch me go through every little part of the countryside. Just select parts of me ranting and raving. But we're flying along now. Look at this stuff. Look at that, just going right through it. Doesn't even pose a problem for me. They carved for, there's still wind. You can still, you know, you can hear the wind, you can feel the wind. It's shaking the camera, it's shaking me. But we're flying along, and we're thinking about Germany. It's a little bit of a homecoming for me. I haven't been there in quite a while. I mean, I was technically there last year, but only at the airport in I think I was in Frankfurt, I don't know, but it doesn't count if you're in the airport. And so it's really been, it's since 2019 since I've been there, so five years. Woof. Oops, yeah, I hit the, that's what I was worried about. Hit the bag on the, that kind of threw it off balance a little. I gotta throw it down. Kind of knocked it in. Spank that bag into shape. Look at that. Look at that. We're good. We're good. I think we're fine. I might have to adjust it at some point, but for now it seems to be holding. Yeah, that's the thing with those things. Like, I can get through on the bike, but this bag sticks out an extra foot almost on either side. So, you know, going around that, even if you're careful, you're bound to hit it at some point. I mean, you have to be really careful. And if you're too slow, then you tip over. So you have to, I don't know why they do it with those things. I know it's to slow you down, but they should maybe figure something out where you can go a little faster, where you're not like about to fall over. So yeah, so there's ones down here too. Not ideal, so we can't get much speed. So I have to kind of go slow. Hello. Scheiße. So this is the town basically that I was talking about. There's restaurants here, but none of them look too good. There's like fancy restaurants that probably have a good menu, but I'm not paying, you know, 50 bucks for a meal. Been there, done that. Not my thing. If I was a rich, maybe, but even then, I like the taverns. I like, you know, wooden tables. I don't need a fancy white tablecloth. I don't need, you know, someone to pour my water for me. I like the anonymity of taverns, and you just kind of walk in, you pay as you go, so you're not waiting for a check. You're not I don't know where this is taking me, frankly. Farewell, the last, well, I don't know if it's the last town in Denmark, but one of the last. There's a huge, like, harbor. I don't know, they ship some stuff out of here. Looks like they have a conveyor. They're shipping like stone or something. There's a hotel. These people are insane. They brought me all the way up to this actually relatively tall hill, and now I think they're gonna send me right back down. There's like transmitting towers up here and like smokestacks. Not that that's significant, but that's a tall hill. This is about to be pretty wild. I think my battery ran out. Well, I know it did, so I switched it, but there wasn't much else to say. Hope it's gradual. Hope this hill lasts until Germany. Although I realize I still have 150 fucking crowns. I should have spent that when I just bought my protein shake and beer. I feel dumb. That's like over 20 US dollars that I have that I can't spend unless I use it now. And I already have bought what I needed, so I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot. Might be able to exchange it somewhere, but it's like, they probably won't. I'm gonna run right into this fucking sign just because I'm so pissed. There's like shit everywhere. Look at that. Look at that. I'm flying. This kind of speed I need. There's a giant beetle on my crotch. I don't know why the Route 8, the signage is not as good. There's other signs for other routes, but then my sign will just be missing from an intersection. And I've probably 2 or 3 times I've actually gone the wrong way so far. I've managed to figure it out because I've like going for a bit and I'm like, huh, I haven't seen a sign in a while. Look on my GPS. Oh, actually, I'm way off. Luckily, I've been going the right direction because I know I'm going south. So I've been going south the whole time, but I'll be like on like a road a kilometer away and I'll just have to meet up with it again. So it's been a little annoying. I haven't figured it out yet, but I want to wait until I'm in the border town, basically. Then I'll be able to figure out how far it is to the campsite. I don't think it's that far, but if it's like another hour, we'll see. We'll see about that. I'm motivated. I'm in the zone. So we're trying to keep it in high gear. We're trying to keep it in high gear. That's what we're doing. Look at that building next to some of the old ones. It's kind of shite. Which way do I go this time? I think I go straight. It looks like I do. Nice. Whole bowl. 8 kilometers. Yeah, this fancy place. Now that's nice, whatever the hell it is. That's what my inn's gonna look like. That's my tavern's gonna look like with multiple floors. But that does. You can live up in the thatched roof. Guess I turn in here? What? This doesn't make any sense. I guess I don't turn in here. What the hell? I guess I turn somewhere else. Up here maybe? Why wouldn't they put the sign up here? Yeah, up here. What the hell? I actually do not know. This is stupid. There's signs, they put them in a really dumb place. I'm guessing I go here. Oh, fuck. Switch the gears. Okay, I'm guessing I go down here, but I'm gonna check because the sign was like way up ahead and this one is saying go that way as if you're coming from this way. So, but that doesn't make sense. So nothing makes sense here. I think they just, I figured it out. I guess I go straight, but technically it's a different road. So it like the road turned right that I was on, and so this one I guess is technically left, but it is kind of odd sign placement. But I just go straight here. Still have a ways to go to the border. Honestly, it's gonna be cutting it close. Like energy wise, I'm perfectly fine right now, but this always happens, right? During the midday, oh no, a train's coming. Midday, I just enter a slump. I'm like super tired, super pessimistic, like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't make it. And then like I get this second wind in the evening around maybe 5 p.m. and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I can make it. I'm gonna go to Germany. And even though I'm going much faster now, I'm doing all right, it's like you know, there's not as much time in the day, you know. It gets dark at 9, or the sun sets probably 9 or so. I don't know if I can make that. Big woods. And speed. Look at these big beech trees. Beautiful, really. You know, with shrinking population in every EU country, let's be honest, it'd be nice if they just rewild some places. I don't understand the need to keep increasing population. Bring back megafauna. Bring back just the native fauna. You don't need to, you know, I mean, it's tough with an aging population, I get it, but it'd be nice to have more forests. Look at that. That is some speed and power. Look at this. Having another beer because I am hungry and I don't have any food, but beer will fill my stomach and give me a little energy. Beautiful countryside here, a little bit hilly, but not as hilly as yesterday, I would say, and a bit more motivated to get to Germany. Theoretically, I'm only about a half hour from the border. Could take a little longer. It is 8, you can see the sun's still up there. I think I have time to get to, I'll get to the border before the sunset. And the idea is then to find a restaurant, pig out, eat some Jägerschnitzel or Sauerbraten or some kind of really good, hearty, meaty dish. Get some energy, get some potatoes, and then if it's too dark and there's not a good path, I'll see if I can find a bus. I mean, it is Saturday. I think buses might be running later. So if I can get a bus to get close to the campsite and then just, you know, ride the rest of the way. If not, I could ride in the dark. I have a headlamp. It's not ideal, but it would work. So just get to a restaurant right now and then I can figure out the ride to the campsite after that. But basically, if I can get to a restaurant by, you know, 9:30, when it's still light, have a good meal. It'll probably be dark after the meal, so either find a bus. I mean, it's not far from the town, honestly. It's probably a half-hour ride, but if it's dark and there's not a good path or anything, then I might take a bus, but it doesn't matter. Right now, just get to the border and get a good meal, and then after that everything will be easy. Nothing well, I don't want to jinx myself. I was gonna say nothing will be a problem after I get a good meal, but well, there's always something that can come up. But so far today's been pretty good. Haven't had any major issues, so yeah, I'm enjoying myself. This is actually a organic beer, which is funny because it's the same exact price as the non-organic beer, and like the same beer. It's like the classics, the same beer, but this one's organic and the other one is not organic, and they're the exact same price and the exact same beer, but one's just made with organic grain, which you'd think would be more expensive. So I don't really understand that, but I guess they're trying to maybe it's a new product and they're trying to gauge the market and see how many people actually will buy it at the same price, and then they'll up the price if it's enough people. If not, then they'll discontinue it. So we'll see. But it's well, I don't know why I said we'll see on that, because we probably won't see. It's a Danish beer. I mean, I don't know, if you're in Denmark you'll see, if you're not you probably won't. So yeah, Tuborg, very good beer though. They sponsor this whole video, this whole trip. They're giving me 30 million US dollars to just say that it's a good beer. So on that note, there's a shit ton of deer in that field right next to me, like I mean tens, and I mean there's so many. They must be being farmed in there. Otherwise there's like a herd of like 50 of them or more, which I don't know why you'd farm deer, but I don't know. I mean, like, I like venison, but you can just hunt it. See, you can see them through there. They're definitely being farmed, and they're like, yeah, it says, yeah, it's a farm. Maybe it's like a game reserve, like they farm them, and then there's like a forest that they let them loose in, and then you can hunt them. But I guess you can't hunt them as freely here as you can in the States. However, there seems to be a lot of them, I think, and it's not like you see venison on every menu where it's like, oh, there's a huge demand for it, we need to farm them. Like, you can just hunt them. You know, you need meat. There's good vitamins and minerals in meat. So you need some meat. I couldn't be vegetarian for that reason. Maybe if I do care about animal welfare though. I don't like factory farms, and if I had the means, if I was, you know, you have to be kind of wealthy for this maybe, or at least have a lot of free time, which I guess I have free time now, but anyway, I would hunt for all my meat. I don't like the idea of, you know, raising cattle just to slaughter them. Like, I mean, if it's like free range, like over big like range and everything, and you're not slaughtering them really young, maybe it's fine. But you know, if I could, like, one deer is a lot of meat, and there's so many deer. One boar is a lot of meat, and there's so many boar. So I would just eat 100% of my meat from hunting. You know, maybe with the, I mean, there's game birds too, but I don't really care too much about chickens. Maybe that sounds bad, heartless, but chickens are kind of dumb, so I don't care that much about chickens being raised and slaughtered. Maybe in the factory farms, yeah, it's still not great. It's not super nice, but like in like a small farm setting, like if chickens being slaughtered, whatever, they're kind of dumb. But cows, sheep, pigs even, yeah, I feel a bit bad, you know. They're smart enough that they kind of know what's going on, and you're just kind of slaughtering them when they're young just for their meat. And you know, it's, I can understand vegetarians for that reason. However, like, yeah, vegans, like, come on. If the cows didn't, like, for milk or something, or eggs, like, these cows and chickens produce more than they produce more than they need, because we bred them to produce more than they need. So modern cows and modern chicken, they produce way too much milk and way too many eggs for their, even if they were to have, you know, babies suckling on them, and, you know, produce, and you know, from the egg thing, there's gonna be too many. You know, if you just let every egg turn into a chicken, you're gonna have way too many. And they're just going to overpopulate your coop. So yeah, you need to take the eggs and the milk. And they don't mind, like cows don't mind being milked. So I don't see how that's not ethical. I mean, I guess they say it's the idea of like raising them, like you're enslaving them, but like you're not gonna let them loose. They can't really survive on their own. They're domesticated livestock. The alternative would be just not having them at all, which I don't know how that's better for them. They just not exist. You know, I need the meats to keep going. I don't think it's not as a man that works out and exercises and stuff. It's hard to build muscle and to maintain muscle and to get enough nutrients without eating meat. It's very difficult, and for anyone, for women that don't eat meat, they have you know, anemia. I just met a woman, I could tell she had anemia, and I said, you know, she's eating. She's like, I don't eat much meat. I'm like, oh, I can tell. Like, she's like, oh, how can you tell? I'm like, well, you're anemic. You can see it in your face, like your eyes. There's like these, you know, darkness under your eyes. Like, you can tell when someone's anemic. Hunted an animal in nature, a deer in nature, could be eaten by a wolf or a bear, or hit by a car if those predators don't exist in the local environment. And so, or they're overgrazing. I mean, if there's no wolves, I mean, in the United States, that's a huge problem. There's so many deer that they're actually problematic for ecosystems, because they're overgrazing, because there's no wolves, there's no bears in some areas. There's nothing to eat the deer. So you actually do have to hunt them. I mean, they just will overpopulate areas and cause problems. And so hunting them, I don't see how that's any less ethical than a wolf hunting a deer, right? Humans are animals. We have every right to hunt. And so hunting, I think, is completely ethical. Factory farming, on the other hand, you could argue it's not. Traditionally, raising livestock is kind of maybe a gray zone, where if we're raising them for meat, you know, they wouldn't exist if we didn't breed them for that purpose. So I'm gonna get going, because if I just stay here and ramble on forever, then I'll never get to Germany and I'll die. So okay. Speaking of fucking deer, these ones aren't even being farmed. There's like 100 of them right here. Look at that. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a bunch of them ran in the woods. Unless I entered the deer farm. See, this is what I mean. There's so many deer. You know, they actually thrive in agricultural environments. They thrive in human environments. You'd think, oh, deer live in the woods. They thrive in the woods. Well, sort of. But actually, they thrive more in these environments, because they eat the crops. They eat what's left of the crops after they're harvested. And there's not as many predators here, or none in some cases. There's no predators left, and so they're kind of, it's just open season. They have a buffet. It's getting kind of dark, but I think it's mostly because the sun's low and the clouds came in a little bit, and because I'm in the woods. I was talking to people back there. They said they think that the deer are just raised for meat. They also offered me, they said I could camp at their property, but I'm close enough that I want to keep going. But they're very nice people. They kept offering me things. They're like, oh, water, anything. And I was like, I was tempted to say, like, oh, you have something to eat, but I'm not gonna do that. And also, I don't have time to stop and eat now anyway. But yeah, very friendly people here in Denmark so far. I mean, I've not met anyone who has been rude or you know, mean or anything. It's just been friendly people. I haven't met anyone in a not happy or in a bad mood or or unpleasant anywhere I've traveled so far here in Scandinavia. And there's a stereotype that people are cold here. Some people are, but they're not unfriendly. It's just it's a colder culture, you know. It's not like Latin America, where people are warmer in a way, but that doesn't mean they're friendly. I mean, mostly people are, but I've met unfriendly people in Mediterranean culture, so it's not like they're friendly here and they're not here. I've never had a problem in Scandinavia. Everyone loves me. I'm the most popular man in Scandinavia. What can I say?
In 300 meters, turn left.
Endlich in Deutschland. Well, here's the checkpoint. Doesn't look like it's staffed, so I guess that means I'm in Germany. Finally. Endlich. And I'm greeted by a big hill. Oh, I went down a big hill. Now I must go up. This is rather funny. I'm on this forest way, and it's become rather clear to me that Google Maps doesn't really know where I am, or I did something wrong because I'm just going. I went off the main road because it sucked and it was super steep, and we'll see where this takes me. I don't even know what gear I'm in. It's too dark. God, I'm so mad. I don't know why I'm so mad, but it's like every fucking thing takes forever. It's like everything, I'm so slow. That's why I'm mad. I'm mad at myself for being so slow. It's like, oh, I'll get there probably around 6. Looks more like 7, 8, 9. Now it's like, oh, I'll be there at fucking 10 o'clock at the fucking restaurant. Hopefully they're still serving food. Otherwise, I guess I'll be eating fucking Burger King again. Oh nein. Gibt uns ein Problem. Die Feuerwehr sind hier. Well, I'm back on the streets, so I don't know what's going on back there, and I frankly don't care.
Finally, I get a proper meal. This is huge. Beautiful. It's exactly what I need.